Welcome back, guys. If you're ready for a focused breakdown of a literally horrifying true story straight out of Gujarat, well, you are exactly in the right place. Today's explainer is going to take a deeply, deeply unsettling turn. We're looking at an event that totally blurs the line between a harmless party game and a living, breathing nightmare. Let's get right into it. Guys, I want you to imagine living in a house where everyone is alive except you, and they actually think you're a ghost. No way, right? Well, let's dive into this terrifying explainer, because this isn't just some hypothetical what-if scenario. It is the chilling reality of what happens when you carelessly play with forces way beyond your control, specifically through a cursed Ouija board. Let's look at the backstory and see how a really sweet romantic gesture kind of went off the rails and turned into an absolute nightmare. Section 1. The Lockdown Love Reunion, a surprise in Vadodara. So Jay and Meghna started dating back in 2018. But you know how it goes. Just a few months in, Jay landed this fantastic job over in London. Naturally, that long distance caused a ton of friction and some arguments. But then, 2 years later, the global lockdown changed absolutely everything. Jay was forced to return to India. He was super upset about leaving his career behind, but Meghna, she was absolutely thrilled to finally have the chance to repair their relationship in person. When Jay finally landed back in India, Meghna picked him up and brought him straight from the airport to an apartment she had secretly rented for them in Vadodara. The plan was to be closer to his family and, establish a real life together. It was this beautiful surprise. And to top it off, when she opened the door, all of his friends were waiting right inside to throw him a massive welcome home party. Section 2. The Ouija board mistake. Unwanted guests. Okay, so the whole vibe shifted drastically when a friend named Rahul randomly found a Ouija board tucked away in a cupboard. Now, if you're wondering who on earth left the board there, or maybe the dark history of the building, guys, we haven't covered that on the channel yet. But here is a pro tip breakdown of the unwritten rules you absolutely must follow if you ever sit down at one of these things. Step 1, you must stay completely sober. And step 2, you never ever mock the spirits. Well, guess what? They broke every single rule. Jay had brought some foreign alcohol from his travels, and the whole group was heavily intoxicated. I mean, they played completely drunk, they were openly mocking the dead for fun, and get this, they even spilled alcohol right on the board itself. Honestly, what were they thinking? After about 10 to 15 minutes of absolutely nothing happening, they just kind of lost interest, gave up, and went right back to their party. Section 3. Terror at 3 a.m. The night shifts. Eventually, the friends leave for the night, and the couple heads to bed. It is now 1:30 a.m. The apartment is dead quiet. Jay and Meghna are finally completely alone. While getting intimate and just catching up after literally years apart, Meghna suddenly feels someone scratching and pulling her leg. And not just once, guys, but twice. She feels the distinct, sharp sensation of nails just dragging across her skin. Obviously, she is incredibly alarmed. But Jay, he just tells her she's imagining things, tells her to ignore it, and says to just go to sleep. Fast forward a bit, suddenly Meghna wakes up at 3 a.m. She realizes Jay is completely missing from the bed, and she starts hearing these strange, casual voices coming from the dark hall right outside their room. Meghna quietly looks out into the hall, and she screams in absolute terror because she sees Jay sitting on the floor, casually talking to this horrific entity on the sofa. I'm talking about a woman with wild hair, glowing red eyes, and terrifyingly inverted feet. Just let that mental image sink in for a second. Section 4. The Unseen Shadow. Dragged into darkness. The horror escalates immediately here. Meghna's scream completely pierces the quiet, and Jay violently snaps out of his trance. He runs after her into the bedroom, demanding to know what's wrong. They quickly decide they have to flee. But as they try to escape through the main door, out in that pitch-black hallway, an invisible hand violently grabs Meghna's leg from the darkness. It literally drags her backward, straight into the bedroom, right in front of Jay's eyes. Before Jay can even process what he just witnessed, the bedroom door slams shut and completely locks from the inside. So Jay is stuck outside, right? He's desperately pounding on the door, but inside, there are no screams coming from Meghna anymore. There is just a terrifying, heavy silence. Now, we later learned the true extent of Jay's psychological break during all of this. When Meghna had originally asked him who he was talking to in the living room just moments before,
He was completely bewildered. He actually said, "What woman? I don't remember anything. How did I get out here?" He had been completely unaware of the spiritual grip he was under. So panicking at the locked door, Jay decides he has to run and get the neighbors. But suddenly, the bedroom door clicks open. He rushes in and hugs who he thinks is Meghna, standing there in the shadows. But her neck is twisted strangely. He looks over her twisted shoulder, deep into the room, and sees the real Meghna, lying completely unconscious in the dark on the bed. The entity he is currently holding in his arms is the very ghost from the sofa.
Section 5. A chilling final warning. The aftermath. Let's wrap up this incredibly terrifying tale by looking at what was discovered the very next morning. When neighbors finally broke the door down after hearing all that late-night commotion, they found a deeply, deeply disturbing scene. The couple was wide awake, just silently staring at each other with that Ouija board placed right between them. And the craziest part, they had zero memory of the night's climax. This event was so traumatizing that the building management decided to seal that apartment forever. They are never renting it out again. Guys, whether you believe in spirits or not, never mock them. And always, always remember to keep a two-step distance from such things. You never know when a careless joke might invite something into your life that just wants to stay incredibly close to you. So what would you have done if you were locked in that pitch black hallway? Let that sink in and keep learning.